Okay, folks, while we were paused, Christina asked a really good question that I want to talk about for just a moment. Let me move my tree diagram over here just a bit, okay? Just so we'll have some room. And Christina said, can I just multiply them together? For what, Christina?
To, like, see
How many there will be, exactly. I know that for the first coin there are two possibilities, right? For the second coin there are two possibilities. And for the third coin there are two possibilities. So there's a total of 8 possibilities. Absolutely true. Okay? But here's the problem, Christina. How many of these 8 will be heads, heads, heads? If I haven't done the tree diagram. See, that's why I have to do the tree diagram to see all the different possible combinations, right? Or permutations, I should say.
And can you do listing also?
You could list if you wanted to. You could make a table and do a list that way. I think tree diagram's easier. I think it's clearer. The multiplying would give us the possibilities, but they don't give us the specific possibilities, okay? So by looking at the tree diagram, I see that I'm going to get heads, heads, heads 1 out of 8 times. But Harry, how do I figure out how many times out of 200 I'm going to get heads, heads, heads? Yes, I am. Or multiply 1/8 times 200, right? Okay, well if I do that, that's going to give me 200 over 8. And what does that reduce to? Does that give us a whole number, or does it give us a decimal? I don't know. Raise your hand when you've got it. Raise your hand when you've got it. Maggie P? 25 over 1, so 8. There we go. So I'm going to expect to get 3 heads 25 times out of 200. Perfect. Now let me ask you this. Eric, this is the one for A. I'll do B in blue. In blue it says, predict how many times 2 tails and 1 head will occur. All right? Well, how many of these 8 gives us 2 tails and 1 heads?
3.
Well, let's see. Here's 2 tails and a head. Here's 2 tails and a head. Here's 2 tails and a head. And I think that's it. Am I right? Okay, so what's my probability of getting 2 tails and a head?
3 out of 8.
3 out of 8. And what do I do with this fraction to figure out how many out of 200 I'm going to get?
You multiply it times 200.
Multiply it by 200. That's going to give me 600. Oh, wait. Let's put an equal sign in here. 600 over 8. How many times is that, Sam? 75 out of 200 is what we would expect. Okay? Well, remember, the probability of getting all 3 heads is just 1/8.
So we base it on.
So we multiply it by the number of times we flip the 3 coins. We flip them 200 times. So 1/8 times 200 is 200/8, which is 25. Divide 200 by 8. Yeah, exactly. Pace, question.
Well, since, like, you know how if you want 3 heads, you have 1 over 8?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you just times 25 times 3, because there's 3 ones with 2 tails in the head.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you could do that. You could do that. If 1/8 gives you 25, then 3/8 is going to give you 3 25s, or 75. Absolutely. Okay? Great job. Any questions on this one right here, Harry? Good. Any questions here, Suzette? We're all good? Christina? Sarah? All right. Good. Let's look at the next example.